Okay, now that we finally have reached times of joy, we start off with the classic timeless story of a boy who's left behind by his family while they go to Paris celebrate Christmas, only to find out, hey, I can have fun as much as I can, but soon enough, some burglars decide to break into the house, but he defends himself, all while his family try to reach back to him. What did you think about it?
What did I thought? Yeah, before seeing the actual, the first movie, it was like the second movie that got introduced to the franchise. But yeah, the first movie, I'm going to say, yeah, this was a good origin story, especially with Kevin and the robbers, because really, you never expected to see them again over here and there. But it was a good plot, just a kid, by himself because his whole family forgot about him because of this whole fight and all that. Legit, because, they had this, pizza dinner, and, this makes me, sick of Buzz sometimes.
Yeah, and can you believe that how big that family is? Like the uncles, aunts, cousins, sisters, whatever. That's a big family, and it's that crowded house. No wonder Kevin is like that, because he gets stressed because he barely gets what he wants and stuff. And like I said about Buzz, he's the one who started all the first place. Because he's being mean to Kevin, and Kevin pushed him. Yeah, he did push him, and I got milk spilled all over the stuff, and one of those stuff had Kevin's ticket in it that involved the plane, so that's how that situation happened in the first place.
And yeah, just can't believe they did that in the second movie, which we'll get to eventually, but yeah, now Kevin's all by himself, wondering what he could do and all that. Yeah. This is as a kid, you never imagine yourself just being by yourself without adult supervision.
Kevin is home alone, as the movie suggested. So at first he's frightened that he's home alone, but he can do whatever he wants to and stuff. And one of the iconic scenes, is trying on his brother's what would you call that stuff?
Magazines.
No. Where it was in the bathroom.
What? Oh, what? Aftershave?
Yeah, I guess so. Aftershave, and he's putting it on his face and did that. Ah! And also a subplot. There's these two robbers, Marv and
Harry.
And Harry, yes.
Yeah. I thought I said Marv, but yeah.
Before we knew they were the robbers, it was actually because he was a cop in the beginning of the movie.
That's right, he was. And Kevin recognized the robber immediately because he knows he has a gold tooth, so that's a dead giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And also, besides those robbers, Kevin is trying to avoid this old man that is very scary to other people, especially the fact that one of his hands is bandaged up and bleeding. So, but
okay,
later...
The point is that he's rumored to have killed his family. That's the reason why. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, his brothers had told him that, but actually, it was a little bit of accident what he was saying. Nothing really happened. As Christian was saying, he met with him at church, and he found out that he was actually a good guy. He hasn't seen his family in years.
Yeah, because he had a situation with his son, but Kevin convinced him that he should make up with him, and they did.
Funny enough, that scene when they reunite, that they actually used that in Family Guy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Huh. All right then. And yeah, one of the robbers is actually a nimwit, and he actually, after they go to a house to rob, he actually starts running the sink and putting a rag in there, and the guy's like, why every time we go to the house you run the sink? Is it so the pipes won't freeze?
Dang, yeah.
Okay, I know he's trying to be thoughtful, but it let the cops actually follow in the trail. It's like breadcrumbs, but it's just with sinks.
Yes, it's their calling cards, because wet bandits, that's
yeah. But, yeah. That's why you should not have an idiot on your robbering team, whatever. Otherwise, it'll help you screw up.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Whoa.
Here's the thing about that. That wasn't really a girl on that picture. It was actually played by one of the director's sons. The reason is because they weren't going to use...
They didn't want to use a real girl because that would be too mean.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. But, yeah, we didn't know that until I found out on Instagram, or you can Google it on, like, a fact thing or something. But, yeah, that is a bit of a shocker.
Well, I knew that for a while, but... yeah, of course, the Home Alone classic, of course, where the robbers try to, like, rob, like, the house and all that. Of course, they're just the traps. And I'll tell you, like, yes, the traps might be funny as a kid, but you just have to realize as an adult, those, like, ooh, the injuries.
Yeah.
I know, and, man, I don't know how the heck they survived that.
I mean... Oh, yeah, because, earlier today, actually, the actor that played Marvin, he explained, like, because you remember with, he was in the basement, right?
Yeah.
As he, like, remember with the iron, like, hitting him in the head?
Yeah.
That was actually a camera, like, dropping on his head.
What?
Oh, really?
Oh, I forgot a little bit about that part, but...
Yeah.
Dang.
Whenever they had to do a scene, like, they're all, like, the vents or anything like that, they had a rope tied to a camera.
Ah.
Yeah. You think those injuries were like... Actually, yeah. In the first Home Alone, the injuries were like, whoa. Especially with Marv, like, stepping on that nail. I was like, whoa.
I know. And when there's, like, a nail gun attached to the door, and they keep getting hit by it.
That was the second movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Never mind. My bad.
And let's not forget about the tarantula.
Yes, I always die at that part.
Oh, yeah. And when he tried to hit it, it hits Marv instead. Harry, I mean.
Mm-hmm. And let's not forget about how they always remember that kid. Remember, because he touched the door and it burned him. And it always says M.
Yeah. Have you seen the Family Guy one where the robbers were different and they're actually like smart? And one guy said, "Whoa, you see those robbers? That was close." And the knob was hot, but I didn't hold on to so long. And then Kim was like, "Hey, just so you know, I have a spider." And then one of them shot him. And he's like, "Well, now there are no witnesses."
Yes. And that's how the movie ended. Like, yeah, but you should have seen like the Robot Chicken one. Basically, it was the stories like switch with Halloween and Home Alone.
I seen that as a kid on YouTube. Like, man, yeah, you cannot stop Michael Myers as a kid. Like, basically,
bro, Kevin McAllister versus Michael Myers. Damn.
Yep. They come home and find out their son has been killed by Michael Myers.
And of course, then you could also see the two robbers.
Oh. Another iconic scene is the classic movie with that guy with a Tommy gun, and he used it as vengeance because he did have money to pay for the thing, but of course he didn't want to let the pizza guy know that he's home alone, so he pretended that the TV was the guy that's supposed to greet himself, but it was hilarious.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yep.
It was even more hilarious the time with Marv. I mean, like that. I mean, like when he did it with like pots and firecrackers and stuff. I always started laughing at that one part where we just where he keeps on running and then he just ducked down. I always thought that one part is just and
yeah. What is I about to say? Oh yeah, a cool fact about the actor that played Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin. Did you know he was the first kid actor to be paid $1 million?
Yes.
No. Wow. Yeah. That is awesome. I wonder what he did with that money.
What do you think?
I mean, look what he's doing now. Married to Brenda Song, have a good family. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? He maybe got himself a bunch of G.I. Joes or something.
Oh man. And you remember when he was at the supermarkets?
Yeah, and he tried to pay for the toothbrush and other stuff.
No. He said supermarket where he was talking to like, where do you live? I can't tell you that. Why not? Because you're a stranger.
Oh, I thought that was this. Where he said supermarket. I got mixed up again.
Kevin was like, living his best life at that point until, realized, it's not the same as his family.
Yeah. If he didn't mouth off his mom, because he was being a bit of a brat, but you can't blame him. I mean, his older brother was being mean to him, and the parents are basically taking his side and stuff. But then again, Kevin did push him and did cause that milk to spill. So, I mean, what else could he do?
Well, yeah, it was Buzz and also the uncle. Remember what he called him after that pizza accident?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like, that's a little bit taking it too far for a little kid.
Wait, what did he call him? I forgot.
A little jerk.
Yeah. I mean, despite him being a big cheapskate, because in the second movie they revealed that everything's paid by the dad and all that. So
yeah. I can't wait to talk about the second movie.
Because you know about John Hurt, who played him. He sadly passed away.
I know.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's one of the guys that passed away, and I believe that old guy probably passed away because he was pretty old. He probably died several years ago. So
yes, he did. But
yeah. But when I heard when John Hurt he passed away in 2017, I was like, damn, I wish I should have known him better because from the Home Alone movies, I know he was in other projects, but that's what I mostly known him for.
For his other projects,
he was also in Big with starring Tom Hanks.
All right.
Oh, another movie he was in. Yeah, he was also in White Chicks.
Oh,
he was?
Yeah. Dang, that was a good movie. But yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's one of my favorite movies.
And the whole time, Terry Crews' character thinks that he's white the whole time.
I know.
Dang. Other than that,
oh yeah, he was in the Awakenings and let's see, Justice League: The New Frontier.
Hold on, let me see as well.
And like other different stuff. Let's see, Law and Order.
Dun dun.
Battlestar Galactica. Sharknado.
Sharknado. What's the point of Sharknado, really?
And Modern Family.
Oh, Modern Family. But yeah, if I go here. Oh, dang.
What?
This cardio arrest and what was it? Heart disease. Goddamn.
Oh, he died of heart disease. But did you say something about arrest?
Yes, cardiac arrest.
Oh, cardiac arrest. Okay.
Yeah. Dang. Oh.
Yeesh.
He was a good man and a good dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Played in both Home Alone movies, thankfully.
What are you gonna say first?
Okay, well now so like the other cast members, since we just jumped into that.
Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, with the actor that played Kevin's mom, yeah, she was in multiple projects. Yes, she was in Over the Hedge.
Yes.
Who she play again?
Penny, the porcupine. The mom.
Oh, right. And she's also in Beetlejuice, which she appeared there first, then Home Alone.
Right, yes.
She's also in...
She also was in Skylanders Academy.
Who she play?
She played this evil, Maleficent character type.
Oh, Chaos Sandra, Chaos's mom.
Yeah, and let's see, she was also in Frankenweenie.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that movie.
She was in Brother Bear 2.
Cool.
Oh, she was also in Monster Cells, Mrs. Walters.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't realize that was her. But I do remember that John... Crap, what's his name? The guy from Everybody Loves Raymond.
What do you mean?
You know, guy that played Amy's dad.
Oh, Fred Willard.
Yeah, Fred Willard. I don't know why I said John Ford, but yeah, he was also in that movie.
Of course, like she was also in Chicken Little. She played Tina.
Yes, because she played. Wait, what's that duck's name?
Oh no, that's Joan Cusack, Dodo.
Yeah,
Joan Cusack.
She played Tina. You know, she had 3 eyes.
Wait, oh wait, you mean the alien mom? You should be specific.
Yeah.
Well, I only saw the movie once, so like, yeah.
Oh.
She, of course, one of her biggest projects for voiceover was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Well,
Right.
yeah, she played
Sally.
Sally.
Sally, yeah. And speaking of Chicken Little, that's actually one of the movies I got along with Iron Giant. So.
But yeah, she does really good acting, especially in the second movie where she let out that big scream.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, just
And she is in a commercial with Kevin Hart where she was like looking for Kevin. So supposedly Kevin Costner, but it was actually Kevin Hart. And Kevin Hart is like, I can't believe you lost another Kevin. And she said, it's a Christmas tradition.
Yep. And she actually recreated that screaming scene this year in 2022.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she was also in the Addams Family 2019 movie.
If I had to take a guess, here is probably one of the background characters,
No.
or you could tell me which one she is.
no.
No, she was Grandma Frump. I believe that's how you say it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes. Of course, the star of the movie himself, Macaulay Culkin. Yeah, I would say, yeah, the very first child actor that I got introduced to, and he's done lots of other cool stuff that I was glad to see, like Richie Rich and what?
Uncle Bucks.
Yeah, and also let's see, what was another one? Yeah,
You actually thought his version of Richie Rich. What did you thought of it?
It was cool. Like I always just like those kinds of movies where like friends kind of like get together. I mean, like, well, one scene where he actually did make friends, but the whole thing it was alright. And other stuff like Getting Even with Dad, and I mean, one of his most darkest ones was in The Good Son, along with Elijah Wood.
Oh yeah. I was surprised because that's one of the movies he actually cursed in. Wait, did you say Uncle Buck?
Yep, he did.
Okay. The Page Master.
Yeah, that was so freaking awesome. And let's see, and later on when he got older, like he did kind of like, it was cool to see him like collaborate alongside Seth Green in movies like Party Monster and Changeland.
Yeah. And fun fact, he one of his early friends was Michael Jackson.
Even better, yeah. Like I did see that from.
I did not know that about him. That's actually cool that he was friends with Michael Jackson.
Ever since he was a little boy.
And yeah, he is a really good actor. It's really surprised me that he married to Brenna Song. That's pretty awesome. I mean, they did start off as, but both of them started as a child actors before.
Yeah, but before marrying Brenna Song, he was previously married to Mila Kunis.
Right. Yes.
Who's that?
The voice of Meg, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. But let's see here. If I go back here, see, didn't last that long, but yeah, yeah. For one of the biggest child stars out there, he still does good. Like, you know, the thing about him now older, I can still recognize him because of them eyes, and he still got the same hair. So like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still recognize him by face alone. So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of like child actors, yeah, he's like one of the few, and yeah. Alongside that was also, yes, Julia White, as you know, Steve Urkel was one of them for me.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Let's see.
And speaking of others, there was also a surprise, his younger brother Kieran Culkin, aka Fuller.
Yes, that was. Yeah, I did learn about that.
Wait a minute. His younger. Oh, you talking about that kid with the glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, the one with the soda addiction.
I felt so bad for him when he got crushed between the chairs. Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then again, like, the family was going crazy at the time, so, like, anything was going wild.
Yeah, but, yeah, because of his soda addiction, he's known for peeing in bed a lot, so.
And yes, the one that played Harry, yeah, he's a funny guy. The way he talked, yeah. This is like giving in New York, like, yes, I liked it. And, of course, this is like the only like kid-friendly movie like he didn't curse in, because he's known for like cursing a lot in other movies.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so, huh?
Yes, because he often collaborates with Robert De Niro and Martin Scorsese, because aside from the voice that you said, like New York style, like Joe Pesci is actually Italian American.
Well, yeah. And fun fact about him, in the movie Aladdin, he was both him and Danny DeVito were suggested for Iago.
Right. Yeah. That actually that would have been hilarious as heck, because it's funny because in Animaniacs there were these characters called the Good Feathers, a reference to Good Fella, and one of them was Pesto, named after Joe Pesci, and the guy did an impression of Joe Pesci, and it was freaking awesome. But sadly, he passed away.
Yeah. Let's see other works than like Home Alone. Let's see. Just going back here.
Yeah, there's The Irishman, Casino, Raging Bull, Once Upon a Time in America, My Cousin Vinny, Lethal Weapon.
That's. He also did this voice role back in 2016. Suave Heart of the Warrior.
Or you could just say King of Mosquitoes.
Oh yeah.
Because, it says, like, Russian animated. Like, you already know that there's going to be different languages, either Russian or American.
But, yeah, I just think he's a pretty cool actor, and, yeah, just hope he does more projects in the future.
Well, it's funny you said that, because he was, like, retired, but then came back to... Oh, it said, like, he retired in 1999 and then came back for more.
That's good to know. That's really good to know. Right. What was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. But
let's see, other cast members.
Yeah, for me, which I was trying to get to, because they usually say that at the end of stuff, Christian. But one notable one, of course, John Candy being the nicest dude in all of the movie, like Gus Polinski offering a ride to Kate in order to get her home to Kevin, and also having this talk about how they're always like on the road and doing their thing and not being able to see their families.
Yeah.
And the fact is that him and Kevin Costner actually were in a movie together before they were in Home Alone, which was, of course, Uncle Buck, where he played the title character, and Kevin played his nephew.
Yeah, and yeah, this is actually how I got introduced to John Candy. Like, yeah, he was like one of the coolest actors ever, and I was like sad to find out yeah, he passed away a few years ago. Like,
Yep.
But to find I was really shocked to find out that he actually did this movie for free.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that? And today's balls is actually the reason I started loving John Candy, because I actually found it years ago at Walmart, and my dad told me about it, and I saw some scenes, and it was really funny. It became my favorite ever since because of the slapstick comedy and stuff, and the fourth wall breaking. I just love that kind of material.
And he was good friends with Tino Asania, the voice of Mr. Grouper.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And that explains, and yeah, because eventually he did take over, and he did Pleasant.
Because, yeah, in this Spaceballs, animated show, he did take over his character.
Ah. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine if John Kennedy was still alive. Imagine it could take over for Mr. Grouper instead of Fred Cheshire. But I don't know if that would work
Of course
because
it would.
it had to be a deep. Oh, okay. I was about to say it would be like a deep voice, but
Well,
I don't know how that would
do
sound.
you understand? Do you even understand the meaning of casting? Because if you look back about like how certain actors play certain characters, then that gives people an idea to cast them as certain characters. Duh. That's the whole point of casting. Where to next?
I mean, yeah, that was like all the cast members. Like, you know, your overall thoughts about the first movie. Like, yeah, what was it that was so special to you?
Of course, Kevin realizing that he needs his family back, and he actually prayed and wished that they could come back, and Kevin actually made up with his mom at the end of the movie.
Yeah, and that's a good one. You first?
Yeah, well, just everything, like the traps, the comedy, the heartfelt moments, everything as a whole. It was one
Oh
of the
yeah, I
perfect.
agree. Oh, no, go ahead.
No. I mean, like you get my idea. Like it's just perfect, 100%. That's all I can say.
Well, yes, I agree with both your statements, and yeah, the Home Alone franchise. Like, yes, of course, seeing the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, and the stop from there.
What?
Would you want to talk about the other Home Alones that doesn't have Kevin McAllister in it, or just those two?
I mean, Home Alone 3 was really good.
Yeah, it is, but I just prefer Home Alone 1 and 2 because it's just that of a classic, and that's where we know that one from heart and head. That's right there. But you know what I mean.
However, yes. Like I did see all 5. I mean, of course, not like the 6th one. That was just I was not interested in that.
Oh yeah, are you talking about the one about the dogs?
Oh wait, can you be specific? Because there is
Pup Salon.
what? No, not that. I mean, like no, there's another one. Like this is throwing me off guard. It was called Home Sweet Home Alone.
Okay, so but the one I'm talking about, Pup Salon, Keith David actually appeared in it, and he played as a bartender.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I was actually excited to see him in the movie because when I see him in the cast, and when I saw him, heck yeah, baby! And I was excited. I was excited to see Keith David and Super Pets because I saw him in the cast, and I was like, wow.
Just a Christmas classic that everybody eventually saw back in the day. And yeah, my overall score, like, yes, just infinity.
Same to you. It's just that of a classic and a favorite and a childhood nostalgia.
Same here.